What's good, YouTube? This is Delteros, and today I figured I would start a new type of tier list series. This tier list is it's going to be a generational tier list, and I'm going to start with Kanto. I'm going to do all the gens and rank their Pokemon based solely on their appearance and competitive value in the generation that they came from. Alright, let's get started. First up, we've got Venusaur. Keep in mind, there were no hidden abilities back then, but Venusaur was still a really good drain tank. So, solid A tier mon. Uh, Charizard, obvious. Actually, competitively, he was probably like C tier, B tier. So I'll put him in like B tier. I'm not gonna do that. I like the mon, but I understand that for an in-game playthrough, especially, he was really bad. Um, Blastoise, yeah, he was probably like A tier. Actually, we'll move Venusaur up to S tier because he was literally the best starter in Kanto. Um, yeah. I mean, Butterfree and Beedrill, good design, overall bad mons, but they were meant to get you through the beginning of the game and nothing else. So there's that. Pidgeot, on the other hand, cannot say the same. This mon was just bad. Like, bad, bad. Sorry, Pidgeot. Furo was even worse. Um, Raticate was garbage. Arbok was like, yeah, Arbok was garbage. Raichu was solid. Sandslash was okay. It was one of the few ground types we had. Um, Nidoqueen was just bad Nidoking, but Nidoking was at least A tier, if not S tier. We'll put him in A tier for now and see how it shakes up. Um, Clefable, always good. Ninetales was bad. Like, keep in mind, I am ranking these based on an in-game playthrough as much as anything else. Like, it's mostly design and in-game playability for Kanto, especially because Kanto really never had a competitive scene. Um, yeah, I've never been a fan of Wigglytuff. I was never really a fan of the Crobat line until Crobat happened, so yeah, I don't like Vileplume. Sorry, Bug Boy. Um, yeah, Parasect, like S tier concept, D tier mon. Sorry, the typing, the like, I think it actually has two different, um, two different times weaknesses, and that makes it really bad, especially in Gen 1. Um, Venomoth, something about this mon has always felt incomplete to me, and I feel like they could do more with it, but they just refuse to. Dugtrio, with original Gen 1 mechanics, it was ridiculous because it could crit for days. Same with Persian, but I like Persian's design, plus the whole anime rivalry with Meowth kind of helped. Yeah, that was another thing that actually elevated Raichu for me is the fact that he was always bullying Pikachu every time you see him in the anime. I mean, yes, it does kind of demonize Raichu, and I don't like that, but at least they did something that was kind of, I'm not gonna say creative, but it was like not boring. Golduck is C tier mon. Primate, um, I've gained a lot of respect for this mon. Um, as the generations have gone on, especially in Gen 9, Arcanine is S tier mon, like always been good. I mean, in Gen 1, it was kind of hard to use because of the whole move set problem that they had with stone evolutions, but other than that, it was good. Um, Poliwrath, kind of forgettable. Alakazam, 100% S tier mon. Champ, A tier mon. Like, if you don't, going back to Alakazam for a second, because I know I didn't talk much about it. If you didn't, if you don't understand what psychics were in Gen 1, um, there was nothing that was strong against them in Gen 1. Because bugs didn't have moves, ghosts didn't have moves, and in fact, because of a glitch, ghosts were weak to psychic. But moving back to Machamp, because yeah, I moved him into A tier. Yeah, he's always been a very solid Pokemon for me. I like the design, I like the concept. Um, I do wish they would give him some kind of a buff, like better moves or a like better ability or something, because yeah, or even just give him a straight up mega. He needs one. He's one of the well, no, he's one of the like he's one of the ones that he's one of the trade evolutions that hasn't gotten a mega yet. Gengar, Alakazam. Oh wait, Golem hasn't gotten one either, so I guess that's a thing. But yeah, Victory Bell. I like it more because of the mega, but I just am not fond of this mon. Um, Tentacruel. Um, I think anybody taking a bath with Tentacruel should be arrested. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, Golem is an S tier uh, explosion merchant, but beyond that, he's really bad. Rapidash is potential to Pokemon. Like, this thing had potential, but they just refused to do anything with it. Slow, bro. He's an A tier mon, just on concept. Magneton, like, I guess he's alright. Farfetch. I like this mon, but he just ain't. They did nothing with him. Same with Dodrio, really. But I'm gonna put him lower because he actually should have better stats and better feats, but he doesn't. Dugong. Um, S tier design, like F tier Pokemon, so he goes in C tier for me. Muck. Yeah, I don't like type of Pokemon design. Cloyster, solid B tier mon. Gengar, S. Like, even in Gen 1 when type and poison type were not really good stabs for him, he was still a very solid mon because back then, before the physical special split, he had access to all the punches, he had access to Thunderbolt, he had access to a bunch of stuff. Um, I am pretty sure there are like, why is this mon's attack so low? Just stop it. Hypno steals kids. He can go die in a fire. Cookie, cookie. Love, love that mon so much. Um, Electrode is a solid C tier mon. Just, eh. Like, I have to give some to Execute because he was a good competitive mon in Gen 1, but other than that, I really don't like the mon. Lavender Town, that's all I'm gonna say. Actually, no, you go into A tier because of Lavender Town. I like Hitmonlee, but Hitmonchan is overall the better fighting type in my opinion. This mon does not need to exist. Wheezing, I have a lot more respect for since Gen 8 with neutralizing gas. Um, Rhydon is just has always been solid competitively. Same with Chansey, really, especially once they gave it the Eviolite. And yes, I know I said that I was mostly going to be rating them based on like how they acted the generation they were in, but honestly, there are a lot of these mons that I never played with in that generation, so yeah, I don't care for Tangela. Kangaskhan without the Mega is just not good. Sorry. Um, Pre-Kingdra, you're not good. Why do you exist? Scroll down because I gotta. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Starmie in Gen 1, it was A tier. Yes. Mr. Mime has always been weird, and I don't like weird Pokemon, so he goes there. Scyther, absolute S tier mon in both concept and playability, because he didn't need bug type moves to be good. Jinx did not exist. Um, Electabuzz is dope. Like, is A tier, is a solid A tier mon, if not S tier mon. Same with Magmar. Love both of these Pokemon. Like Pinsir, I don't like the design, but I respect the competitiveness of it. Okay, you know what? I gotta do and see. Sorry. Where did it go? Oh, okay. We're doing C tier. All right, cool. Because we're losing the S tier, and I don't feel like having to. Um, Speaking of S tier, Tauros and Gyarados both go in S tier. Both Tauros was one of the most competitive Pokemon in Gen 1, and yes, I know I've said that Gen 1 didn't really have a competitive scene, but it had a competitive casual scene. And Gyarados, let's be real, everybody bought the Magikarp. Lapras, just a solid mon. Like, there's no getting around it. Okay, so we're down to the tail end of this little list anyway. Ditto, you have one job, and you can't even do that job in Gen 1 because breeding doesn't exist yet. Like, all the evolutions, in my opinion, are probably A tier, so you're gonna have to give me a second. It's very hard for me to. Okay, so we're gonna put them all in A tier, and then I'll scroll up and move them. Oregon is a solid B tier mon, so I'll go ahead and put him in B tier. Ah, yes, Lord Helix. Well, I don't remember if it was just Omanyte that was Lord Helix or if it was this thing. But yeah, I've always liked Kabutops better to be honest. Um, Aerodactyl is all right. Snorlax, S tier, both for competitiveness, its use in the story, and its just overall appearance and stuff. I like the idea that something could be so gluttonous. Um, Articuno is going in S tier because I like Articuno. Really, it's like my favorite ice type. That going in S tier because it's just big Angie Burb. You're going in B tier, Dragonite. Okay, so oh, I need to move the evolutions up anyway. A tier, A tier. Where's Jolteon? A tier. And Mew is in A tier, and Mewtwo is in S tier. I would probably rank Mew higher because it did do good. It had a good appearance in the movie and stuff, but like I've never really had the opportunity to play with Mew that much, so I can't really say I have a connection to it. Whereas Mewtwo was like, you know, you get Mewtwo and then you just solo the Elite Four. So and his appearances in the anime and movie is just absolutely peak. Um, yeah, no, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Uh, so as far as I can tell, we're up to 26 subscribers. I appreciate all the love, all the likes, all the comments. Um, in fact, I would very much like it if you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Um, I can't do this without you guys. But anyway, this has been Delteros. Don't be me. Be better.